Alright. Hello and welcome everybody to BBL Season 8. We are in the playoffs. And the Melonheads are bringing you one of the few live streams of the playoffs. Most of the playoff coaches have trouble with the pressure of live streaming and thus prefer to play offline. I don't think it makes a huge difference, so I'm going ahead and bringing it live. We are... So I am playing with the Super Duper Melonheads. We did finish our season with a 9-5 record, which was good enough to win the AL East. Unfortunately, we were stuck with the number 3 seed, which means we are playing the juggernauts of the league, the Minnesota Mariners. They finished the season with a 13-1 record, easily the number 1 seed, but they don't play the wildcard team, the Hornets, since they're from their division. So instead, they play me, and they do get home field advantage. The popular consensus, at least as far as the betting and the predictor challenge goes, is that this is going to be the Mariners series. Everybody who's bet there has bet on the Mariners. There are no bets for the Melonheads. And that's pretty reasonable. The Mariners are an extremely good, arguably overpowered team. And after some practice, I think Sandy Flats is going to not be very good for the Melonheads. I can also say that for this game in particular, I've kind of already written it off, and I'm just looking ahead to hoping for the comeback in games 2 and 3. And you'll see why right about now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the good and bad days we have here. First off, Jorge Garcia. My game crashed. Crap. One moment, please. Technical difficulties. Too bad that didn't happen when I first rolled the game. Alright, somebody let me know that this is up, and then we'll continue on. Are we good to go? Alright, here we go. So, as we were saying, first up, Jorge Garcia. Batting boost and fielding boost. More likely to hit random home runs off of me, or hit it super deep. More likely to have an even worse, nastier arm and less likely to drop balls. Second up, Nicky Winston. Batting boost, fielding boost, more likely to hit home runs. Gonna be less likely to drop it, more likely to get absolute laser throws to ruin my day. Third and biggest up, Fabian Callahan with a hitting nerf. She is definitely not going to be able to reliably hit it out of the park with only 6 batting. She has 1 running, which means she is basically complete dead weight on offense. And that alone, I think, is probably enough to guarantee that I cannot win this game. So, we'll see. I've stashed her at the bottom of the lineup where she'll do the least damage to our chances. Would be nice if we could use power-ups with Nerf kids, but that unfortunately is not a rule. So the rest of my team is normal, I think. Well, no. Okay, small fielding nerf for Shane, small fielding buff for Stan, not likely to have a big effect. Mariners, of course, have their across-the-board pitching boosts, which is a stamina boost. There is one interesting thing here that is not bad, which is Kristen Sullivan is having quite a bad day, down to 4 running, with a fielding and pitching nerf as well. So, maybe, if she goes to the right part of the field when she swaps out, it could be a big problem for the Mariners' defense, and I might be able to squeeze some stuff out there. We'll see. I don't think it outweighs the nerfs I have going on for me. But we'll see what happens. So my goal here is to just have as much fun as possible, see what I can score. Double digits would be exceeding expectations in this game, honestly, though. And hope for a miracle, where the Mariners accomplish nothing. So here we go. Lindsay Felgate leading off for the Melonheads. My MVP nominee, probably not going to win because Zenon Estrada had an amazing season. Grounds 1 towards third. Jorge gets it right away, but his fielding buff is not that big. Lindsay is still able to take first base without trouble. Extra bases would have been nice, but, you know, we'll take what we can. That brings up Sheila Basanti. I did do some practice before this game to see if I thought... using grounders with Sheila and Shane would be feasible, but my conclusion was it's just too likely that they hit too hard, it goes straight to a fielder, and it's bad news, so I don't think grounders is worth it. In the right situation, I might use power with Sheila and Shane, we'll see. But no grounders. And a nice liner there. That goes into deep right center. Unfortunately, Kathy Wolf is fast and has a great arm, so she'll be getting it before too long, but still going to be extra bases for Sheila. And that kind of goes into no man's land. Kid going to get it. We're going for home. And that lands in no man's land. Lindsay scores easily. Sheila caught in a pickle and then falls down into the fielder's glove. I should not have gone for third. That is unfortunate. I wouldn't call it really unlucky. I mean, it's the sort of thing that might happen. I got myself in the pickle there. It was a dumb move. I thought they were good. When I sent her, I thought they were throwing the ball straight for home. Straight to home. If they had been, then that would have been a better play, I think. But as it was, yeah, it was a mistake. But yes, Sheila does that one. It was 1-0 Melonheads. Dimitri is able to beat the throw to first, so Jorge not that great of a day. Heather coin is now up, and the name of the game is Do Not Get a Double Play, which might be tough with a not super fast runner on first, and a super slow hitter up to bat. I meant to have Heather bat third in this game after Lindsay and Sheila. However, I had originally set this with Heather batting next, and I forgot to swap it out at the beginning of the stream. Jay is batting after Heather, so that if Heather gets on base, she has Jay batting behind her. I thought that was our best bet, and hits one towards short. Oh no, takes the bounce towards second, but Dimitri makes it in time. Nikki settles for the out at first. Dimitri using up some stamina to get through these bases on time, but he's making it. So runner on first, but already 2 outs. We're near the end of our rally. Let's see if Jay can... We will see if Jay can keep this rally going and pull it off. Jay Green has not been nearly as much of a stud this season as he was last season, and doesn't get a good piece of that. It looked like a meaty pitch, but he only pops it towards second. Nikki catches it, and the Melonheads are done with just 1 run in the first. Like I said, I will be surprised if we score double digits in this game. Not a good setup for the Melonheads, especially without Fabian. In a normal game, I would have had Fabian batting after Dimitri, and then a good chance of Fabian hitting a deep drive, and then followed by Jay. But instead, I have to stick Fabian at the bottom of the lineup, which means Heather has to go here. Again, these nerfs are just really bad, and in this case, kind of wrecked my situation. So, it sucks, but there's nothing I can do about it now. Again, my trajectory in these tough series in the first round of the playoffs is always lose horribly in the first game, rally back, and have super amazing games in games 2 and 3 to take the series. And that's what I'm hoping for here, because I don't think we're going to win this game unless Ace somehow just completely falls apart in a way that we almost never see from him. Timmy Younger is now the hitter. One of the least threatening players on this team. Mariners are definitely a front-loaded team there. Or just a loaded team. I mean, they managed to trade their end of 9th round pick, essentially, for an early 8th, late 7th round pick. Upgraded one of their weakest players on offense into another useful player on defense, but who could also hit. Got a second first round pick for no real sacrifice to draft value. So yeah, just had a lot of benefit from trades this season. And we get the strikeout, so Mariners are out with no hits and no runs in the first. We definitely hope for playoff ace, but I think playoff ace will have to come also in a later game. But we'll see. Shane Smith is leading off in the second inning. We'd be looking a little better, at least, I think, if I had not gone for a third base with Sheila and failed there. That was unfortunate, but what you going to do? Tunnel vision and all that. I don't think live streaming had anything to do with that, at least. Count is 2-1 on Mr. Smith. And takes strike 2 and a nasty corner pitch. Hopefully, Kristen is getting tired out nicely here. And will go somewhere where her nerfs will make her very much a liability in the field. Shane fouls it off, so it's still 2-2. That's going to be close, but it is, in fact, ball 3. Nothing else. Kristen is having to work a lot this at bat, already thrown 6 pitches. Hoping for ball 4, don't get it, so we'll foul it off instead. Going for the patented base on foul balls strategy here. And Shane hits one up the middle, no one's there. Kathy's going to get it, but not in time to throw him out at first. She makes a good attempt at it. A slower runner would have been in trouble, but Shane is just fine. So runner on first with nobody out. Stan Olafson is up. We're doing what I normally don't do away from the alley and using power with Stan as a default, and it pays off right away. Stan smacks it. No one's catching that one. Unfortunately, doesn't bounce high enough to go over the log. Kathy throwing it in. It's going to be whoever that guy is. Who is the Mariners shortstop? I forgot. In any case, he has Donald Vogel. There you go. Gonna be Donald Vogel with the relay, which is not in time, so Shane makes it to third on a single by Stan Olafson. Phil Nevin is up. Looking to clear out the bases here before Fabian, who is on deck, has to hit, and Phil blasts another one deep. Kathy is going for it. Can make it. She makes it to the ball location, but as we have come to expect from Kathy Wolf in the outfield, she bungles the play. Close play at second, but Phil does make the slide. So it is a double for Phil Nevin. Another run scores. It is 2-0 Melonheads. Fabian Callahan, the hitter, would normally be a much more promising situation than it is here. But we'll see. Fabian might hit one in the gap and let Stan score. This is the best situation for her to be up in, honestly. 2 on. Nobody out. No forced plays. No chance at a double play unless we're stupid. And Fabian hits one that goes pretty high. Close to a log shot, but not quite there. Stan is going for home. Vogel ignores the play there. Fabian is tagged out. So almost safe by Fabian, but maybe avoiding the force is worth it. In any case, sacrifice hit officially that brings in Stan to score. It is now 3-0 Melonheads. Lindsay does not get the big hit I am hoping for, but is able to get to first with no effort, even on that ground ball. Single for Lindsay. Runners on first and second for Sheila Basanti. Hoping for another big hit like she got before. Essentially got a double, but got greedy and got tagged out. But still, 3-0 Melonheads. We are having a good second inning here. We will see if Sheila can keep it going. Kristen, I think, is getting tired out. 2-0 the count. Dmitry Petrovich is on deck. Gonna have to come in big if Sheila walks here, because Heather Quinn is in the hole. Not really the player you want with a ton of base runners on. It is 3-0 on Sheila. We are taking the fourth pitch, and that is indeed ball 4. Sheila walks on 4 pitches. All right, folks, if we're going to have a super inning here, it is going to come at the hands, probably, of Dmitry Petrovich. This is encouraging. Even if we don't score here anymore, I feel like we're doing solidly. We're getting a bunch of hits. Feel like we're doing well here. We're keeping the spirits up. And so, oftentimes, that's really what matters. Dmitry takes strike 1. Didn't look super great. Dmitry has had some big bombs this season. Can he produce one here? We shall see. A log shot would be beautiful here. 1-1 is a count. And that is going to be just barely in the strike zone. Ugh. 1-2 on a super nasty pitch. No power swing anymore. That's going to be outside. Ball 2. Hoping for anything that is not an out and thereby scores a run. Obviously, the more bases we get, the better, but I'll take whatever I can get right now. Full count on Dmitry. And that is indeed inside and low for ball 4. Second walk in a row. We hope for a third one for Heather. Base is still loaded. Just one out. It is 4-0 Melonheads. Heather Quinn is up. Heather, who is usually a 9th round pick, if she's picked at all, has gone undrafted in 2 of the 3 seasons before this one. This is her big moment to come through. And she does! Heather Quinn with an over-the-fence grand slam, except the game only calls it a ground rule double. Can I get extra runs for this, please? Can I get extra runs for this, please? That was very clearly a home run. The game robbed me. If I don't score and I lose by 2 runs, I'm going to be upset. Okay, but Jay Green is up, so we don't need to panic just yet. But you saw that, folks. That was a grand slam by Heather Quinn. Whether the game called it one or not, that was amazing. Alright, Jay Green up. He has 2 strikes on him. Let's see if he can get the home run and make it all a moot point. That's not a home run, but that's going pretty... Oh, no, it's to K. K drops it! Heather, unfortunately, is slow as molasses here on sound. Dimitri is able to score, though, on the run on the single from Jay, so it is 7-0. But I swear, this could be a robbery on a grand scale by the game. Yeah, but now there's a very good chance Heather is forced out at third when she shouldn't be on the base path at all. So, yeah. We'll see. We'll see what Shane can do. Actually, we're going to swap to power swing with Shane Smith. We are going to go for the log shot. And Yvonne Carter is now on to pitch, the weakest defender normally on this Mariners team. High for ball 2 to begin. I mean, if Shane draws a walk here, or singles or whatever, then, you know, next we have Stan, and then Phil, so still a decent situation. Kristen Sullivan now playing first also, where that could be a problem. Slow and gassed. Might mean some misplays. Shay pops one up towards center. Vogel is going up for it. Vogel drops it, but... Alright, they go for the easy out at third. That should not be an out. That should have been a run. You know, we always go by what the game says, so... As much as that was clear robbery by the game, I'm sure that, I'm not getting any credit for that. But, inning ain't over yet. Let's see what Stan can do here. Stan Olafson up with 2 on and 2 out. And 2 straight strikes by Yvonne. The fresh pitcher here is certainly not helping my case at all. Again, should be only 1 out with Phil Nevin on deck. We do what we can, and that is straight to Timmy, so... Definitely robbed by the game there. Should have been at least 1 more run, and Phil Nevin coming up to hopefully score, drive in some more. Now I got Phil Nevin batting leadoff with nobody on in the next inning, so, you know, whatever. It's... Yep. It's not my fault. We did well. Just gotta keep the spirits up here. And we can hopefully do more like that in future. Nikki Winston is leading off here for the Mariners. Yeah, I mean, already 7 runs is better than I was expecting to have the entire game after the first inning. And everybody saw, no one can forget, Heather Quinn with the super clutch grand slam home run. That was not, but whatever. Yeah, I saw it was going far enough to be over, and then I realized when it went off the screen and wasn't instantly called a home run, it was like, oh no. Oh no. I knew what was going to happen. I've seen that glitch before. Heather hit it too well. But yeah, I better never see Heather Quinn go undrafted again. That's all I'm saying. I'll draft her myself if nobody else does. You know, I'm fine with her going to another team, but Heather Quinn needs to never go undrafted again. Alright, and a nothing ball by whoever that was. K, I think. And that is the 3rd out. So we are going into the 3rd inning. Unfortunately, not a great lineup to start with. Phil should have 2 runners on here and have some great chance for RBIs, but oh well. let's see if he can at least get bat himself in. Something better than a single is what I want. Oof, hits it into the ground instead as he swings on the first pitch. That is going to be a single. We'll still take what we can get. Well, we'll see actually now. How well can Kristen throw with her Nerf? Not well enough. Nikki has to step off the bag, so Phil does get the double. Alright. Very nice. So no chance of a double play here with Fabian. Let's see if she can get the magical log shot, even with the batting Nerf. Not sure whether I want power or line drive. We'll hit with power until 2 strikes. Fouls it off. You know, this already has been a good game, regardless of regardless of the final outcome. It was a good game. And that was too low. Could have taken in around the pitch count more, but oh well. As for my reasoning for swapping to line drive, I figure she has just as good a chance, honestly, at a log shot with that. Could be wrong, but oh well. In any case, Fabian is out. Lindsay Felgate now up 2 for 2 with 2 singles, using her speed to make up for the otherwise weak hits. Takes ball 1 on a corkscrew. Looking for something bigger here, but not going to use a power swing. I don't like using power swing with Lindsay. Too much chance for just to pop out or whatever. Much more reliable with line drive and usually plenty good enough to get the job done. Yvonne brushing the top of the strike zone, not giving me something meaty here. And Lindsay hits a corkscrew, but it's right to Nikki. Nikki grabs it. And the pain, the pain, the pain. Close to a power up there, but unfortunately, Nikki was standing in just the right place. We are going to use a power stance with Sheila and hope for the perfect pitch here. But it's not looking like this is going to be quite the amazing rally we had in the second. And I didn't wait for the perfect pitch. Sheila running for it, and Yvonne throws to the wrong base. It almost looked like that was going to, at best, bounce off of Vogel's back, but he managed to grab it. Good job by Donald, and that brings up Dimitri. Are we going to set up the Grand Slam again? We'll see. If nothing else, we have 2 outs, so no chance of the double play. I'm hoping that Dimitri, if nothing else, gets on base, so that we don't have Heather Bannon lead off next inning. Take strike 1. Obviously, we'll take the best we can get. And boom! That is no doubter by Dimitri. I don't think the game's robbing us this time. Home run by Dimitri. Three-run shot is 10-0 Melonheads. The team is coming alive here in the playoffs. We might not be able to win, but we are certainly going to do our darndest here, and that is exactly what the team is doing. Heather Quinn is 1 for 2 with a home run. Ignore what the game says. The best part of this is that the stats tab isn't working, so we get to record our own stats, so you better bet that when I submit my stats to Crazy, Heather is not going to have a double here. She is going to have a home run, and I don't think anyone's going to complain about that. 1-2 the count. I need to focus. Heather hits one in the gap. It gets to Timmy, so it might not be a base hit. The relay and the throw to first. Heather is out. Her slow speed coming into play there, but that's fine as Dimitri had just cleared the bases. Not a bad time to get the out. We tack on 3 more runs. It is 10-0. And we're halfway through our chances to score. I'm feeling good about this. We are giving ourselves as good of a chance as we can possibly have to win the game. Win this game that has been heavily stacked against us. Yvonne with a long drive to center. Sheila drops it. Throws it in. Can we make the play at first? Phil doesn't have a great arm. Just good enough. Yvonne is worn out. Probably a pitching sub is imminent, as I think she's given up 5 runs now. So, We will see where she goes. That could be a new opening. A new weakness in the Mariners' defense. We will see. Kristen Sullivan now up. She's not going to be much of a threat either. If Kathy came into pitch and Yvonne went into center field, that would be, oh my goodness, that would be amazing. Sheila messes up the play again, but Kristen only halfway to first. We make the play easily. If Kathy comes into pitch, that is best case scenario, and I think Kay has thrown more. I'm not sure. That is best case scenario for the Melonheads. Donald, with the pop-up, this should be an easy out. Lindsay indeed does grab it for the easy out. Yeah, I could go for the double play, but, you know, why go to extra trouble with that? And, of course, if I let them reach out, it would be cheesy. Alright, Jay Green leading off, 1 for 2 with a single. Has failed to deliver in the big moments, so now we just need him to get on base. Hits one deep towards right center, but Kathy is there with plenty of time. She's going to catch this one for the first out. That happened. Shane Smith is now up. Jay has definitely not been a superstar this season. He's been solid overall, but worth a number 5 overall pick. Very, very questionable. Shane, here with Shane, with Jay. Yeah, might be worth it. I figured with nobody on, might as well go for a contact and a base hit. Didn't work out in that case. Shane fouls him off. It's 1 and 2. It's gonna be low. Ball 2. 2 and 2 is the count. Yvonne somehow still pitching. Hopefully she's coming off soon. With Shane at this point, I'm gonna have to take whatever I can get. It's full count now. I can't push that one to third. I swing late. Not on purpose, but the foul ball there might be, honestly, just as convenient. It's nice at least that Shane is at full power here after he was badly nerfed in Game 14 against the Devil Rays. If I get that nerf in my 3rd game here at Sandy, assuming we go to 3 games, then that would be disastrous, to say the least. Shane draws a walk, though, bringing up Stan Olafson. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Phil Nevin is on deck. Stan takes ball 1. Yvonne having a hard time putting it in the strike zone. She's got to be coming off the mound soon, right? Manages a corner pitch for strike 1. And KO Tool comes into pitch, so that does mean there's a big weakness in right field. Would rather have had the big weakness in center, but we take what we can get, and the timing of the corkscrew messes me up as I swing and miss for strike 2. I am certain I swung too early on that one. That is a nice way for Kay to tire herself out right away, and Stan lines it straight to Jorge, getting none of the hidden luck right now. There are 2 outs, and Phil Nevin is on. Alright, Phil, honestly, what I really want is just for him to get a hit, so that Fabian can be the end of this inning instead of the start of the next one. So, with that in mind, we are swapping to line drive swing. Phil is nice because he's a power hitter, but he's also one who I found is quite good at getting solid get-on-base hits when using line drive swing. Almost a bomb to left there, but goes just foul. Shane is on first, so if Phil hits something he can make it to first on, I think Shane can make it to second on that as well. That one was a bit outside. Kay doesn't have a good left hook, I'm guessing. But Phil makes some contact to keep the bat going. And I do a bad swing there. That was a... that was a bad one to swing at. Not a bad one to swing. I was in the wrong stance there. Should have been, I think, closed. And fortunately, we get to the trademark pop-up drop by the catcher. There was no play to be made, even if she hadn't fallen the second time, so we get our wish. Fabian will not be the first hitter of the next inning. Could get the log shot to left. It's possible. I am expecting this to be the 3rd out, but that's fine, because then we'll just have Lindsay to start the 5th inning. And that is not a bad situation at all. Yeah, Fabian can hit some, but you know, if she doesn't hit it out of the park, then it's not going to be much good. Unfortunately, swings at a high one there, so Fabian does strike out for the second time this game. We do not score in the 4th inning. Still 2 innings to go, though. We have 10 runs on the board, already exceeding expectations. All we need is for the Mariners to somehow just mess up colossally and fail to score. That's kind of what we need to win in any case, I think, because if the Mariners are playing on point, they are going to destroy my defense. And it's not going to matter what I do. We'll see. They got a plus 14 in our first outing against them. So, 5 more runs here would be very nice indeed. AI Mariners serving up a bunch of easy outs here. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Pitching to contact has been definitely getting more appealing to me as I have taken this team farther and farther in their journey here that is now in the playoffs. Not going to pitch to contact for Cheryl Reynolds, so I can tell you that. Hits one up the middle. Jay doesn't get it, but stands there to back him up, and it's an easy out. So Jay actually is pitching a perfect game against the Mariners through 4. We are going into the 5th inning. It is 10-0. Lindsay is leading off. I had the misfortune to hit one straight to where Nikki was, off of a corkscrew last time. Take strike 1 here on an inopportune pitch. And another inopportune pitch. It's 0-2 on Lindsay. I gotta be more careful here. And destroys one to left center. That is gonna be a home run by Lindsay Felgate, folks. 11-0 Melonheads. Very nice thing about Lindsay, she will just sometimes randomly hit home runs. That's never a bad thing. Getting quite a few big home runs, which is good. Home runs are definitely my best way to score against this Mariners team. Sheila Basanti is now up with essentially a single and a double, but the double turned into an out. Yeah, if I can keep going this way, then I could actually win games 2 and 3. That is a hope, and I once again messed up on the stats changing in a clearly identifiable way. That one bounces, but Kristen at first base is still horribly slow and cannot beat Sheila to the bag. Easy single. Alright, the name of the game here is try to get extra bases so Heather has no opportunity to hit into a double play. With that in mind, Dimitri will be using the power swing. Hit a monster bomb his last at bat. It's 2 for 2. My mid-tier players like Dimitri, Stan, and Phil have for the most part been coming in clutch this game, and that is definitely necessary for this team's success. 0-2 to count. Pretty much everybody, of course, has been a valuable contributor this game. Fabian gets a pass because I don't know what exactly is wrong with her today, but she's having a rough day. We let it slide. I thought that was strike 3 there, and I just let it go by. But it is barely outside, 2-2. But as is usual for this team when they are successful, everybody is playing their part. That goes right to Yvonne and Kristen, which means that we get free extra bases here. We're going to see if they are doing badly enough for Dimitri to make it to second. Kay coming in to get it, but Kay is worn out too. That's big. Kay is very tired out, so what should have been a single... what should have been just a garden variety single is instead an RBI double for Dimitri. It's now 12-0. Heather Quinn is up. Looking just for a base hit here, honestly. Even if she gets out, it's not a big deal. It would only be the first out, and we have the beginning of the bottom half of the lineup coming up next. 1-1 is a count on Heather. Heather does not need to redeem anything. Heather has nothing to redeem. You can call it redemption if you want, but she's not redeeming herself. Heather gets full credit here. It was a game that totally robbed her. Anyway, she has a runner on second, nobody out, very low pressure situation, and it's now a 3-0 count. We're going to watch that one go by as well. Full count. As Kay is quite tired on the mound. Serves up a beautiful one down the middle. That's not going to be a home run, but that should be a base hit. And even if not, Dimitri can take third, so sacrifice for Heather, although very smart move there by Kristen throwing through home. Letting Cheryl do the work of getting it to third. Dimitri had to rush on that one, but does make it safely. So runner on third. 1 out for Jay Green. I make the mistake of swinging at the first pitch, but that's still going to be a base hit. Dimitri going for home. Jorge has to jump on top of the throw-in, which means Dimitri does score successfully. RBI single for Jay Green. We take those. It is now 13-0, and Shane Smith is a hitter. Could have been much better hit maybe from Jay, but we don't dwell on that. 0-1 is a count on Shane, and I think soon Kay will be getting off the mound. We will see who replaces her. Tosses in a spitball. One last thumb in her nose at my team on her way out, maybe. Follows it up with a beautiful corner pitch, which is much more insulting. Yeah, I figured Jorge was going to have trouble with that throw-in. And that was definitely what I needed. It is now 2-2 on Shane. Yeah, you know, Cheryl is not impacting the play, all these balls I can play. There, I catch her, and I'm happy with that. And gonna be close at it, strike 3. Aw, man. The close call, wasn't sure what it was gonna be until it crossed the plate, but that definitely was strike 3. Totally fair call. Totally fair call. That was not cheesed by the game. That was strike 3. It was just a super nasty pitch from Kay that I couldn't tell until the last moment when I already decided not to swing. So, too bad. Was hoping for the base on balls instead. Now 2 outs for Stan Olafson. Kay going bananas with special pitches here, really tiring herself out. The question is, who will come on the mound next? I make a poor decision there to swing with Stan, but it works out okay because they are over. Easy single for Stan Olafson. Not able to get extra bases, unfortunately, because Kathy is good at center field, but that brings up Phil Nevin. Phil had an incredible second half of the season, and he has been continuing that so far in this game. 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, a single. He has been doing exactly what he needs to do every single at-bat so far. Let's see if he can do it again. Cheryl Reynolds coming onto the mound. Alright, folks, this could get interesting. And Phil with a big bomb of celebration. Well, wait. Is it? It's close. No, almost. But it is just short and caught by Timmy Unger. It is not going to be 16-0 Melonheads here. We have to exit the 5th with just 13 runs. And nerfed Fabian leading off the 6th. It happens sometimes. It happened this time. This certainly has been a game of highs and lows. If this is remotely close, then, you know, I need to not complain, even if the game robbed me of the win. It is what it is. I am meant to win this game, then by golly, I will win this game. If I am meant to lose this game, then by golly, I cannot stop myself from losing this game. All we can do is do our best and have fun, and we certainly have had fun tonight. We have had enough fun, in fact, I am very strongly tempted to make this an impromptu doubleheader. Jorge with an easy grounder, second out. Alright, and Kay is super tired out, so this should be, as long as she doesn't hit a big bomb, should be a pretty easy third out, and Jay is getting very close here to a perfect game here in the playoffs. Strike 3, Kay O'Toole out on strikes, and that is it for the 5th inning. Jay is perfect through 5. Can he do it? I think I pitched one perfect game in my entire BBL career. I mean, again, everybody delivering here. Fabian is the one exception, but again, she gets a pass. we do not pile on our kids when they are having rough days. We will not pick on Fabian. Fabian is doing her best, but today she is just having a rough time. If she gets a miracle, then that is super amazing. If not, then... well, we can just hope that she does better next time. With almost anybody else, that would be a single. Maybe not with Heather. But however, Fabian cannot overcome the disadvantage there. Lindsay Felgate is now up 3 for 4 with a home run and 2 singles. Just gotta get on base with her, and we line one in beautifully into the gap. Gets a bit scarily close to Nikki. Cheryl is able to absorb it before it goes past. Another single for Felgate, which is basically all we're hoping for. The likely MVP is Xena Estrada, who totally carried the Angels this season. Cheryl Reynolds, I believe, is also in the conversation. I haven't heard other people mentioning anybody besides those two. Now we find out how well Kay can throw. Not well enough to stop our fast players from stealing. Usually the playoffs aren't what people take into consideration for MVP. Maybe if Lindsay has a super amazing postseason here, people will be considered, but historically, it's a regular season that counts. Lindsay steals third base, but it is 0-2 on Sheila. I cannot get too cocky. Have to keep getting on base. Fouled off. 0-2 is the count. One and two the count. Focusing hard here. Gotta hit it decently here. 1-2 still on Sheila. And swing and a miss for strike 3. I think that would have been called strike 3 too. Just a perfectly horrible pitch there by Cheryl. Cheryl coming in clutch here on the mound and seeming to shut things down for the Melonheads. We will see though. We're not done yet. Dimitri is up. All we need is a base hit. And Lindsay can score. But Cheryl is doing a very good job on relief here. Doing a good enough job, it might not even matter that she is no longer behind the plate. 0-2 is a count for Dimitri. I would rather, well, never mind. And hits one, but that is foul. Melonheads playing with their last out here. Would like to get more than 13 runs. Should have more than 13 runs if the game hadn't been mean to me, but again. No! And the off-speed heat by Cheryl. She obviously is not good at the fastball, and that goes just at the wrong speed. Throws off the timing. Dimitri is down on strikes. And the Melonheads are done scoring. 13-0. But given, again, bad calls by the game and the odds I had to deal with Fabian's bad day, I'd say that was a pretty good showing. Much, again, better than I expected. Could have been a lot better. Could have been a lot better. Shows that the Melonheads have a lot more in them, and we can definitely pull off this comeback. Now to see if we can get the perfecto. It all comes down to this play, maybe. Stan catches it. That's one down. Kristen is up next. Also, don't go anywhere, folks. We are going to go right into Game 2 after this. Yeah, see, this was a lot more fun with live streaming than it would have been otherwise. I am glad I live streamed this game. Strike 2 for Kristen. And strike 3 called. Kristen down on strikes. Jay is 1 out away from the postseason perfecto. Donald Vogel, the last hitter for the Mariners. Could get on base. Not as good as having a tired Kristen up, but not the worst option. It's a pop-up. Can we feel the pop-up? Stan is there. Jay is there. Jay gets it! Jay with the diving catch to get the perfect game. It is secure, and a great effort here by the Melonheads to secure a solid score for game 1, if probably not a winning one, 13-0. Let's be honest, if the Mariners come forth and do what I know they're capable of doing, we are still going to get destroyed, but that gave us a good chance if Ace somehow flops, if playoff Ace comes to bat. It was a lot better than we expected, and most importantly, it was a lot of fun. Great game here from the Melonheads. I suspect we might have a crash coming soon. Here we go. The prophecies say that the Braves will beat the Bobbers in Game 1. That didn't happen. They say the Fishes will beat the A's in Game 1. That did happen. And that the Hornets will beat the Tigers in Game 1. And, yep, stats are broken. So, again, don't go anywhere, folks. We are going to turn this into a live impromptu doubleheader. But first, got to end this YouTube recording. So, for all the YouTube viewers, thanks for watching, and see you later.